What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, and in this video, I'm gonna show you some market research for Airbnb, why Tulum is the best spot. I'm not even gonna explain in the intro, just let's dig into it and let's go. Listen to the client, listen to Tony explain exactly why Tulum is one of the best markets for Airbnb. So let's go. Follow me on Instagram if you wanna set up your own meeting like this, and we'll get to it right now.
So can you remind me, is it your first time seeing the area on this trip you're going to try and make, or have you been here before? How did you hear about Tulum as well?
So Tulum would be my first time, or it would be my first time seeing the area. I kind of just been doing research. And so that's kind of how I came across it. I'm trying to diversify my portfolio. So looking in Mexico, I mean, it was a given. Of course, other places.
Right. So you already have investments in the States, I'm assuming.
I do, yes.
Got it. All right, excellent. Well, you definitely came across the right destination to invest. I'll tell you a little bit about what we do, but amongst one of the things we do is we do investment seminars in different parts of the Americas, meaning Mexico, United States, and Canada, in where we go and we basically present in front of what could be 30 investors, 50, 80. We presented in front of over 120 investors. And I always get to ask people, like, what is a good ROI here on a rental property? And I've heard what the ROIs are in California, Dallas, Houston, New York, Canada, particularly Vancouver, and also Mexico, other parts of Mexico, Mexico City, Monterrey, Guadalajara. And it's interesting because, what they consider a good ROI is still just below what Tulum happens to be giving as a market as a whole. Obviously, I'm being generic, but the ROIs that you can find in Tulum happen to be some of the most attractive, I think, worldwide. And I say I think because I don't know, what Dubai, China, other parts of Europe are doing. But as far as the America, which is, the US, Canada, and Mexico, I will say that we're definitely in the top three. So that's made it very interesting for a lot of people. I think another thing that's helped this region grow a lot and get a lot of attention is the fact that people want to have a plan B. The world is a crazy place we live in today due to all that's been happening. And people are saying, you know what, I don't know what's going to happen. I want to have a second, location. And Mexico is a perfect place for that because it's a neutral country. It's a country that has always been neutral. We don't have any political issues with any of our neighbors. We don't discriminate in any way, shape, or form. As a matter of fact, it's the complete opposite. We depend on tourism. A lot of people don't know this, but tourism is the second most important industry to Mexico next to oil. So you have oil, then you have tourism. So because of that, for example, during COVID, Mexico never closed its doors. As a matter of fact, we were doing campaigns to try to bring people, and we did. We broke a lot of records. As a matter of fact, in this December for Christmas and New Year's, we broke a record. The Cancun airport had more visits in one day than ever before. So that was wild. We were ranked the second most visited city in the world in 2020 and 2021. Obviously, because during the pandemic, we were one of the few places that was open. So, things like that make you, at least if I put myself in the shoes of a foreigner, and I grew up in California, I grew up in Los Angeles, but if I put myself in the shoes of a foreigner, this is definitely a hot spot because I know that, I can move in and out. I know that in events like the crisis that we had in COVID, the worst already happened and we know what happened. And that's that we continue to open doors and welcome people from all over the world. We didn't close. I know that it's a place where people are still going to visit even through these tough times because we were second next to Dubai. Dubai was number one. We were second in the world. So I know that in buying an investment property, it's going to continue renting. Obviously, it's not going to hit 80% occupancy that year, but if it hits 50, 60%, I'm still making money. So, I think it are the little things like that have made Tulum particularly a hotspot right now. And to be quite honest, we are super busy. We're slammed now more than ever. And then Nick's got these videos going on that are bringing a lot of clients as well. A little bit unexpected, but it's been a blessing in disguise. And so anyways, that being said, I think you're looking at the right place, and It's great to see Mexico do business with our neighbor, and they welcome the neighbors. You know, there's platforms and legal ways that we allow foreigners to invest here. That's a question a lot of people have: is, Tony, can I invest as a foreigner? Because some countries do not allow you to invest unless you're from there or you open up a corporation there. You know, they want to tie you down to basically putting out more money. Here, Mexico does not. You can start a Mexican corporation if you want and buy the property under that name. You can buy it under your personal name through a trust, otherwise known as a Fideicomiso. So there's many ways to doing it, and I think that gives foreigners a huge advantage in investing here. Now, let me ask you a question. I know that we chatted a little bit. You said that your main priority or your main reason to invest would be ROI. And in addition, you do want to spend more time here in that unit, correct? It's not something that you would just buy, rent, and never use. And if you are going to use it, my question is, how often would you come? How many weeks a year do you think you'd use it yourself?
So that's a good question. So I'm looking at purchasing like 2 or 3, one for myself and the other or others for like rental. So I would do it that way. In terms, I work from home. I travel a lot when I have free time. I have property in the Bahamas.
Nice.
Where I'm from, really, to be honest. So I travel a lot. It's whenever I get tired of the culture here. Granted, I was raised here and everything, but I miss the Caribbean vibes and just seeing different things and being around different people. So I have my moments. If I'm like free, I could just get up and leave for like 6 months, a year if I want to. So it would just depend, to be honest.
All right. Okay, cool. Well, since you have idea of doing multiple investments, I think one of the keys for us to focus in today is what investments are going to give you the best return as far as studio versus a 1-bedroom versus a 2-bedroom for the investment property. I think if you're going to eventually keep one for yourself or use it more than the others, you might be a little bit more emotional about that investment, and thus you're going to want it to have a certain look, a certain feel, certain finishes, and that could be a longer process, right, to invest.
Thanks for watching the video. If you like this snippet, the entire video is right here.